Welcome to the world of colors. I'm Colors. Today we're going to be making Witch Hazel, and here she is over here. This is August's witch month for me. So this is what Witch Hazel looks like. See if I can turn her around here. She's got little bat bows in her hair and her orange hair and her mesh go around her hat. There's a spider, and that's how she looks. And we're going to be making her today, and I'll be right back to let you know what supplies we're going to be using. So what we're going to be using to make our Glamorous Witch Hazel is a broom that I got from Amazon. That's the same broom that I used for my Witch Greta last week, and it comes 2 in a package. So if you got those brooms, you'll have this extra broom. But it's a plastic broom, and it's adjustable height, and I got them on Amazon, and I'll leave it in the description box, the name of the supplier for these brooms. It's Onene is the name of the supplier, O-N-E-N-E, and I'll put that in the description box for the brooms. And then we're going to be using the purple tinsel stems from Dollar Tree, some green and yellow acrylic paints, and your paintbrush. We're going to be using some of these ornaments from Dollar Tree, some sparkle mesh, purple and orange from Dollar Tree. I picked out, there's a couple different orange sparkle meshes at the Dollar Tree. Did I say that right? This one I picked out because it looks like it's got spider webs in it, and it looks pretty cool on the hat. So if you can find that one, that would be a bonus. And then I'm using the orange spiders. I just need to use one out of the package from the Dollar Tree. And the bats, the purple bats from the Dollar Tree, we're going to use a couple of those. A couple of the 7-inch rollers from Dollar Tree. Some blush. And I wanted to tell you that I made these earrings for her. She's a glamorous witch, and she's got earrings. And I made these using the ornaments, but the first ones that I made on her, I made with some Halloween bells that I had from last year, but I can't find them yet this year in the Dollar Tree stores. But if you can find the Halloween bells before you make this, you have the option of using those for her earrings, or using the ornaments that come in the box like this from the Dollar Tree. But today we're going to use the ornament ones. And the fleece that we're going to need 2 12 by 12 inch pieces of the black fleece for her hat, and then a 12 by 12 piece of the lime green for the nose. And then it's going to take a 5 by 6 inch piece to make her mouth. That'll look like that. And then we'll need a 19 inch by 26 inch piece of the green for her body. And that's what we'll need for fleece, not too much. Rubber bands. And then I wanted to tell you about this. I'm always talking about this paper raffia that I use. I got a package of this probably well over a year ago from Amazon, and I've been using it for a lot of different gnomes. I use this for 12 different colors that you can get. We're going to use it today in the yellow for the bow on her bottom of her here. And so I wanted to tell you can get this for $7.99 on Amazon, and I'll put the supplier for this on the description box too today. So that's a pretty good deal, and it lasts a long time. And then we're going to use the polyester fiber fill and our glue sticks, and that should be about it. And I'll be right back with you, and we'll get started. Just realized and wanted to point out that it's not a 12 by 12 inch pieces for the hat. It's 2 14 by 14 inch pieces for the hat. So make sure you follow that. I'll have it right later in the video. 14 by 14 inch pieces for the hat. Okay, have fun making her. Well, plus we'll be using, I forgot to mention, the fur for her hair will be 2 6 by 11 inch pieces for the front of her, and two, or just one 10 inch by 21 inch piece for the back. So I had two different colors of orange, and I wanted to use, I didn't have enough actually to use this color, the longer, little bit longer of a pile all the way around, and I'm going into this new color of orange that I have, and so I used the first one on the front and the second one on the back. You can use the same color all the way around, but just in case it looks different to you, that's how I did it on the original Witch Hazel, and I liked the way it looks, so I'm doing it the same way on the one today. So I just want to tell you about that, and also we're going to need a big spider from Dollar Tree, and they have those in already, so hopefully in your area they'll have the big spiders in too. So that should be it. Now I'll be back in a moment and we'll get started. So we're going to start by making the body. So you want to take out your 19 inch by 26 inch piece of the green and then fold it in half so you have the 19 inch pieces, side pieces together like that. Is what we need to do is glue that together. We're going to go all the way up about 1/4 of an inch in and glue this together. I'm going to stop about halfway and start again. Glue that together like that. And just wait a couple of minutes. Let it start to get set up. And what you want to do then is to take one end of it and start putting it together. You've probably seen me do this a few times. Put it together like this. It's kind of hard to hold it all, but it is possible. Get it all in there like that. And then you want to take a big rubber band and go around it. And then I'll take another rubber band and go around it again. And then what you want to do is turn it right side out. And kind of pull pull it out like that. Make sure it all looks kind of even on there. That's your bottom. It kind of looks like a bag now. And then you have your seam, that'll be the back of your project. And then we want to put some marbles in the bottom. Like that. I do use quite a few marbles in my gnomes. So once you get your marbles in there, and it feels like it's going to set up nice for you once you get it filled with your polyester fiber fill, you want to just go ahead and take your polyester fiber fill and fill this up to the top and stuff it pretty good. And then we're just going to close the top back up just like we just did the bottom. Bringing it all together like that and putting a rubber band around it twice. And I'll be doing that and I'll be right back with you. So I've got mine all stuffed up and put it together at the top with a couple rubber bands. This is how it looks. This is how the bottom looks. And is what we're going to do next is put the nose on. And I'm going to put the nose right on the front and have the seam in the center on the back. So I marked mine with a little piece of tape where I want it, because I want to bring the nose out 2 to 2.5 inches. It looks like it's, I kind of eyeball it. Well, it's about 3 inches that I bring the nose out and glue it here, not at the rubber band like we do on so many of the gnomes, but on this one we bring it out about 3 inches. And this is what we want to do. We want to take our 12 by 12 piece of green fleece and some polyester fiber fill. And the nose, actually, if you were to measure from the top to the bottom of the nose, it's about 4 inches. And it is about 3.5 inches across. So it's 4 by about 3.5. You don't have to get it exact, but that gives you a rough idea how big that nose is. So you want to take your polyester fiber fill and ball it up. And put it in the center of your 12 by 12 inch piece of fleece, like that, and just push it up with your hand, like that. And if you don't think your nose is going to be big enough, just stop at that point and redo it with some more polyester fiber fill in your hand. And you want to take your rubber band and go around it like that. Make sure everything's smooth. And then you just want to cut off the extra. like that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to glue it on about 3 inches out with the seam right in the back. We're going to glue it on that spot right there. Put our glue on there. And glue it right on that spot. And I'm going to hold that for a few minutes and I'll be right back with you. I wanted to tell you real quick, I've got this nose glued on. I also went back after I glued the initial part of the nose on, that base part. I went back and I glued underneath here down too. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to glue, just put some glue on the bottom here. Let me get enough glue here. Put some glue on the bottom here. And then make sure you have it straight. And then glue that down too. And then hold that down, let that set up. And then your nose will be glued all the way. Be right back with you. Okay, so I've got the nose glued on. I glued the bottom, and then I still felt like on this particular nose, I wanted to put a little bit of glue at the top and hold that down right in here. In there, and then I held that down too. So I did the initial base of the nose, the bottom of the nose. So it's like that now, it's glued right like that. And then I did this side and top area right here and I held that down. It's a pretty big nose and you want to get it glued on there right. So then the next thing you want to do, before we put the hair on, we want to put some color in her face. So you want to get out your blush. This is LA Colors blush that I got. It's called Toast, the color. I just picked this up at the Dollar Tree a while back. So you just want to get some color in her face, on her cheeks and her nose. And this will take a few minutes because there's a pretty large witch head that we're working with. You want to do the cheeks. You can see on this one, I've got quite a bit on her cheeks, and then on her nose, and then I drew a line down to her mouth, underneath her nose. So I'm going to be doing that to mine, and then I'll be back with you and we'll put the hair on. So I've got the color on her face, the blush, and on her nose. I put some color on her nose, the top and bottom, and I made a line with the blush down to where the mouth is going to be. So the next thing I want to do is go ahead and get out the fur for the hair, and we're going to take the 10-inch by 21-inch piece of orange fur that I got on Amazon. I look for the long pile fur, the longest pile I can find when I buy the fur. So you want to take that and take it around your witch head like that, and you want to make sure that you're right down to the bottom here, so you're not too short. Get it right down like that. And once you get it like that, then you want to glue the top up. This part will all be underneath the hat. So just take those corners and turn them in there at the front. And we're going to glue it like that, big circle like that, of this first piece of fur. So you just want to start in the center and the back, and go all the way around and glue this down. And I'm going to do mine and I'll be right back with you. So I've got the first part of the hair glued on all the way around like that. And then is what we need to do before we put the side pieces of hair on is to go ahead and do the mouth. And you just want to put the mouth on underneath the line that you made with the blush. Like that. Or leaving enough room at the bottom here. You can see this. We're leaving enough room at the bottom here for that raffia bow. And you just want to put the mouth right at the bottom of the line there and center it on the nose. So I've got that mouth cut and I'll show you how I did it. You just want to take your 5 by 6 inch piece of black fleece and then fold it in half. So you've got the 6-inch sides together there. And then you want to take and cut it from the bottom, at the corner on the bottom, and just go ahead and cut all the way to the top. Like that. And then you want to take, and you want it about 1 inch thick, like that, and cut it again, cutting that middle piece out. And you have your mouth. So I've got this one made. That's on, I've got sitting on it right now, so I'm going to glue that on. Got it sitting just like I want it. And then I'm just going to go around and make sure I've got enough glue on there and glue that on all the way around, and I'll be right back with you. I've got the mouth glued on, and the next thing we want to do is put the rest of the hair on. So you want to take out your 2 6 by 11 inch pieces of fur for the front. We're going to put those on like that. And it's what you need to do is put your glue on the top of this, maybe a 1/2 inch down. And then you just want to carefully scrunch it all together like that, and then put it on the top here. It's a little bit higher than the first. Put it on the top there like that and let it set up. Make sure the length is good and let that set up, and then I'm going to do the other side and I'll be right back with you. Okay, so I've got the 2 side pieces of hair glued on. I tacked them together right here at the bottom. I just put a little piece of glue on there and held them together at the bottom there. And I took some hairspray and went around and fluffed up the hair like that all the way around. Just fluff it up with some firm hairspray like that. And the next thing we want to do is the hat. So we'll take out our 14 by 14 inch pieces of black fleece for the hat. And we just want to lay them flat together like that. And take out a chalk writer. I use a chalk writer from Dollar Tree with my darker fleece when I need to mark it. This is just from Dollar Tree. It's called a chalk writer. You can use a little piece of masking tape or something there. But you want to mark the middle. So fold it together like that. Just like that, and find your middle. Like that, and mark that. Like that. And then just take your scissors and cut from your corner down here at the bottom all the way to the spot that you put at the middle at the top. Like that. And then you want to do the other side. Like that. And then what you want to do is glue both sides. Come about 1/4 of an inch in. And glue all the way up on both sides. And I'll do mine and I'll be right back with you. So I've got the hat all glued on both sides and I turned it the right side out. So this is what I ended up with. And it's what I want to do is cut the little seams at the bottom so it's more rounded out at the bottom here. Just cut those little pieces that stick out off like that. And then we need to put some polyester fiberfill in the hat. This hat is 14 inches by 14 inches times 2 pieces to make the hat. Now, at the beginning I told you that we need the rollers from the dollar store like this, and we're going to use 2 of them, and just take some masking tape and masking tape them together like this, and then put that in the hat through the middle up to the top like that. You can bend it a little bit at the bottom so because it's about 1 inch too long that way. And then we want to take and glue the hat onto the back of the nose to start with. Take it down like that. That's going to be bent over. And we're going to start by gluing it to the back of the nose, right about to there. How we have it on the other. See how we have it on the other witch hazel, on the back of the nose like that. Let me let that set up for a couple minutes and I'll be right back with you. So now I've glued it on the front. I'm going to glue it on the back here. Let me get some more glue. Glue it on the back like that. And then I'm going to drop some glue underneath both the sides. So I'll be right back with you and the hat will be finished being glued. So we have the hat glued on, 4 sides, and I'm ready to put the mesh on. So I started with the purple. You just want to leave about 1 foot out to fall down on her hair. And then you just wrap it around. This is kind of crunched up more than the orange is. Like that. And we can just glue underneath the knot here. Got this a little bit long. And then we want to do the orange, there it is, going the other way. So it'll go this way, over to the other side. Is what I did on this side was I tied it like that, and then I brought the ends down underneath the purple like that. And then I'll glue that. And we have some bats that we're going to put on. Took off the little clip parts. And glue those right on. Those are real pretty on there with the colors. I'll trim that up a little bit. So let this set up. I'll put the other bat on and I'll be right back. Okay, so I've got the scarves on and the bats on. And I wanted to put the earrings on. I got one earring glued on. This is what they look like. I've got this other one all made up. I just made it with the little fuzzy sticks and the ornaments and just put it through there and did it at different heights and came up with this. And then after I got them on there, I did glue the ornaments together so it's solid like that. Put a little bow on there. And so that's how I did that. Pretty easy stuff. Now, I just put the glue on, we'll turn it that way, and just put the glue on the fuzzy stick. To glue on the earrings. I'll hold that for a minute. This earring you're not going to be able to see as much of as this one because of the broom that's going here. And then we can put the spider on. You just want to put the glue on the base down here. It's got a little rubber band on here. Well, I cut the wrong rubber band, I think, on that one. I'll have to glue the base back down. Like that. That's better. Thank you. Then when I put the glue on the base, pretty good. And I'm going to put it up here. Here's the other one that I wanted to cut. And you can bend these legs. So let this spider set up, and I'll be right back with you. All right, the spider's all dried up and set up on there. We need to put the tassel on the hat, which is just a little ornament and a spider that I put on the fuzzy stems, and put them on here, a little detail. Glue it on the end like that, and I'll be right back with you. So I've got that glued on there. Makes the hat really cute. And then I wanted to put the broom on. So you take that plastic broom, or whatever broom you might be using, and we want to glue that on now. If you're using this one from Amazon that I got, you just want to pull away the plastic tubing. We're not going to use that. We'll have to use that on a different project, because we're just going to use this part, and you just want to pull it out a little bit, fluff it up. And we're going to glue it right here next to the earring. I have a broom coming up right there. So I'll put some glue on the back here. And then I'll set it up right there. So I'm going to let that set up, and I'll be right back with you. So I'm waiting now. I've got the broom all set up over here, and I put the little raffia bow down here at the bottom, below her mouth. And just let that set up right there. And then is what we want to do last is put the wart on her nose and give her some yellow teeth. So how we do that is we just want to lay her down like that, and make sure you've got some glue, and you want to put your wart off to the side there with your glue. I don't want it to run, so I'm watching it let it set up for just a minute. Put a little bit more on there. We'll let that set up, and while that's setting up, we'll go down here and we'll make sure we have enough glue, and we'll just do some teeth shapes down here. And let that set up, and then when we come back, we will paint them. So I'll be right back with you. So I've got them set up now. The glue's all set up and ready to be painted. So I'm going to paint the teeth with the yellow acrylic, and then I'm going to paint the nose wart with the green. And as soon as they dry, I'll be right back with you. Okay, so she's all done now. Here's our witch Hazel. if you want to see more Halloween videos that we've made, make sure to check out the videos on our channel. And if you like this video, make sure to like. And if you want to see more videos like this in the future, make sure to subscribe.